Hi there, welcome to my channel. So recently I upgraded from my Honda Pilot. Well, I don't know, upgrade, I just changed. There was pros and cons to both vehicles, but recently I bought a 2010 Ford Econoline 350. Yeah, I had to remember. And I did a build. So I'd love to show you around. And for those people who are part of my channel, I'm excited to show you guys the upgrades that I've done. There's a few things like the window coverings and the curtains and figuring out my water drainage. All right, let's get started on this tour of my van home. Welcome to my van home. This is it. Let's start over here with the door. I got this cork fabric from the fabric store recently. I was wanting to put cork board up and use it as like a cork board, but I saw this fabric, which it still has a thin layer of cork on it. Here's my laundry bag, and then I have another bag in case I have to do like a double load, but that's where dirty laundry goes. Over on this side is kind of a catch-all basket. It's got snacks, trash bags, my water bottle. Up here is where I hang my coats, my hats, my bags, things like that. And then I tuck my shoes under here. I have a pair of running shoes back there too. This is kind of an overall view. You can kind of get the idea of the layout. I keep my dog food over here. Well, Ruby's dog food. And there's treats and stuff too. This I love. It's a Yeti cooler. It's the 35 and it keeps ice cold and everything else in it for days. Highly recommend. Under the kitchen counter is a crate. I rarely put Ruby in there, but once in a while it's really nice to have that option, or if she just needs a safe space. And I use this for storage. I keep the stove under there if need be. There's a cutting board and a couple other things. For privacy, there's this curtain. I attach it to the ceiling using Velcro. It's black fleece and it keeps the light out pretty well. And it joins up on the other side with the other piece. I keep it down during the day and then I put it up at night. I use these S-hooks to attach things also over here on my coat rack. And then I also use these shower curtain brackets that are just open. But the S-hook is so much sturdier. It hangs up this basket that has like, I don't know, avocados, potatoes, onions, and then my frying pan. This is my Eureka stove. It's from REI. I love it. It runs off of butane canisters. And I also have a Coleman stovetop oven, which is seen here. This thing is amazing. It allows me to bake in my car, such as this gluten-free loaf of bread. Oh, yeah. Oh, it might be done sooner. Okay. Here's where I keep my French press. I love making coffee in the morning. It's how I start most of my days. And the French press is my favorite way to make coffee. It makes a nice strong cup of coffee. And yeah, just the way I like it. It hangs up there and it doesn't bounce around while I drive. I keep some food storage in these decorative jars. Here are some utensils. I have oils and sauces back there and then spices, which I just recently labeled. And yep, also teas. Here's additional food storage as well as the one next to it. Here are my lights. So here is a little bit about them. They are copper wires. This is me talking about them in a previous video. They run off of battery. And this is what I used in my Honda to keep the lights up. And they're safety pins, but they're a little different. They look like this, like a little light bulb. And so what I do is I just open them up and then stick that part in the ceiling And then I can use this to loop the lights through. So I'm going to do that right now. Here I am. The lights are on, and this is me just kind of attaching them and putting them around the car. That was one of the first things I did because, you know, lighting is important. And then I put some up over my kitchen area too recently just for more lights. Here's my sink. I've got a couple videos about that as well. It drains into a water catchment thing, and it has this stopper, so I can also fill it up with hot soapy water. I keep a roll of paper towels here. That's a kind of a new recent addition. And behind, I have my dishes that I eat out of, and a bunch of washing rags for the dishes and things like that. And like a drying mat too. Coming around, you can see this light. It runs off of my power station. And here's a view of the back of the car. So I recently got this stuff set up, and it doesn't bounce around while I drive, which is amazing. I have this LED lantern as kind of emergency lighting in case, I don't know, all else fails. And there's another set of lights up here too. So that would be a lot of things that would have to not work in order for that lantern to come in the clutch, but I still love it. Here is my one of my window coverings. It's a layer of Reflectix, and then I got this fabric on it, and I've struggled with finding adhesives. So one side has black fleece on it, and the other I am using this rubber cement, just good old-fashioned rubber cement, to attach this fabric, this new fabric that I got on top of the Reflectix. And I was really happy because it actually worked really well. It's sticking. So I recommend that rubber cement, just to, not a spray adhesive, because those are kind of hit or miss, but this rubber cement has done the trick. And here it is, the final product with the new lining. These are storage. There's different stuff in them. I have like different stuff in each one. And then speaking of storage, I keep my cooler weather blanket in this pillowcase. It is a twin-size duvet comforter. It's got goose down, and it's incredibly warm, but also packs into this pillow, which is very convenient during the day when I don't want my blanket out. I recently figured out how to set up curtains, which was a little bit tricky, but I used extension rods and this kind of double thick cotton gauze fabric. So here it is. It's a little thicker than like a usual cotton gauze, so you can still see the light shining from the inside, but not too much. And that's with my fullest, brightest light on. So I'm pretty happy with this fabric for the most part. I'm still fine-tuning it so that I can be really stealthy in like cities and stuff. But you can see I just used string to tie up the rods. I did have to drill a hole and put in a screw on the other side. And then there are these rings that just kind of clip. I got them from Walmart, and they made it really easy to hang up the fabric. Here's the one that I had to screw in. You can see the screw there. And then I just tied up the curtain rod. Those clips made it really easy to hang up the fabric. And they also kind of like created a little bit of a hem. I just folded over the fabric before I clipped it in to keep it from fraying. And it's made kind of like a really nice edge that required no sewing. So, yeah, it looks a little rough from that side, but it does the trick. And it slides easily. And I might go back and sew it later. And it passed inspection by Ruby, which that's important. So those are my curtains. One last look, since it's the newest edition and I'm really excited about it. There we go. Here's my ukulele. This is also something I recently figured out how to do. I used hair ties and these strange things on the ceiling. So far it's been holding up great, and yeah, here are, oh, don't mind the dog toy. Here is where I keep my clothes. Now for under the bed storage, all my pots and pans, including, let's see, quite a few things are in this drawer. It's also where I keep my extra butane canisters. So my bed is held up by 4 of these. This one has food, coffee, extra coffee, because you gotta have that. So 4 of these hold up a piece of plywood, and that creates the bed platform. I can slide them out and it still stays with the other 3. And then I tuck my slippers in right there. Pow. So this isn't a controversial area, and you'll see later in the video we fix it. This is my power station. I love it. It's an EcoFlow, and then you can see where the sink drains. Okay, all I'm going to say about this is use your imagination inside the stool for emergency toilet bucket. All right, moving right along to the back of the car, and I guess you could say my garage. Here is the van from the back. I can keep 6 gallons of water under here. There's 3, but there's room for 3 more on top. And on, I have some clothes, winter clothes. Then I have my rocking chair and firewood. You can see it set up here. I love this thing, and it rocks. It's comfortable. And there's Ms. Rubes. Yeah, and then there's the other of those bins. Going into the front of the car, you can see Ruby's area. This is where she hangs out while we travel. She loves it. And on the other side, under the seat, is this water cooler, which I think I'm going to take out and finally deal with the area under the sink. I will be moving my power station up there. I'm going to build kind of like a cage for it. And yeah, let's install this. Now, I think it holds 7 gallons, and this is where I will drain my gray water from my sink. I hope you enjoyed the tour. It's, yeah, it's just life's a journey, you know? Each car home that I've been in feels like just the right thing. The Honda was a little small for once I got a puppy, because as she's growing and getting bigger, you know, she needed more room, but we made it work for the time we did. If you're interested in seeing my other builds that I've done, my Honda Pilot and Toyota Corolla, and so I started out with a 2002 Dodge van, a Dodge Ram, I believe, and I sold that just to make ends meet, and I used some of that to get a 2009 Toyota Corolla, and I converted that to be able to live in, because my plan was to use vehicle living as a way to save money, and so I converted that. I figured out I could sleep in there by taking out the seats. The engine blew on that because I was also door dashing full-time, but I ended up getting a Honda Pilot 2006. And then, let's see, I ended up getting this van that I have now. So I've recently sold the Honda. I'll put the links to those other videos down below. If you want to see those other builds, I have like tour and build videos. Anyway, I invite you to subscribe if you're new to the channel and watching for the first time. We have a wonderful community here. And if you are part of the channel, thank you for always showing up and commenting. You guys, like, I mean, it's just, I say it almost every video, but I am so grateful for where I'm at in life. And the growth of my YouTube channel and the community here is a big part of that. So thank you for being a part of that. We're cultivating together something amazing, and I'm grateful for it. So, all right. Oh, and lastly, could you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed any part of this video or got something out of it, maybe learned something, or I don't know, just want to show some support. So thank you, and I will see you guys on the next one.